full.
Because I was going to wait until I was in graduate school, but I think I might change it now.
You want to say a couple words just to mic check again?
Okay. Are you we're using this other mic?
Yes. To pick up.
Does that sound okay? I mean, can you tell?
We're testing it right now.
Okay. If you, it's like a real movie.
It is a real movie. Okay,
It is a real movie.
You guys wanted to talk about the land a little bit. So was it about starting OLA that you guys were interested in talking about together?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't have any
Since
prepared.
that's the land we've shared.
Yeah.
And you came in how much later after it started?
It was either 83 or 84. 83. It might have been as early as 83. So.
And I think you said you had bought a house in town, or?
Yeah, I bought my house in town in 1982. In 81. No, wait, no. It was in 1980 because I came back from Little Rock in the fall of 79. And I took out my teacher retirement money the very next year. And after about 6 months of quitting teaching, and put it down on an owner-financed house.
But you came and you became a member?
But I was in, I was at Whippoorwillow. It seems like I was a member at Whippoorwillow for 2 years or something. Because as soon as I came, the dates, I need to check those dates because it's just not adding up right.
Well, and you can always email us dates later for us to edit into the...
Yeah, I've always said that I became a member in 1983, but I was in construction for
But you didn't
while.
think about you didn't think about yourself building there until Louise came along?
Well, I knew I would. I knew I wanted to live on the land eventually.
But you didn't
But no,
have a spot
I didn't have a
chosen?
plan. No, I didn't have a plan until Louise and I got together, and her mother died, and she came into her money, and so we talked about building a house then. Yeah. So, but I knew I wanted to live there eventually. You know. But
Diana, do you remember when Nancy first moved on the land?
My memories of those early years are pretty scrambled.
Okay.
well, you remember 1992. I mean, when we moved on the land, when we built a house and moved on the land. You kind of remember.
I remember you building the house,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I wouldn't have remembered what year it was.
Yeah, it was 1992. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What has your year two sense of community been since you guys are the two that we're interviewing that have lived on the land? Like your community together, how's it grown?
How's it grown?
Well, I was going to say something totally different.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Say what
That Nancy has been very central to me there, and she's been my sort of next door neighbor for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we live right next door.
Right.
You know, there's a whole winding piece of woods in the way, but she is my closest neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt a lot of community with her. I felt a lot of support. One, when I had my stroke, and two, when I had recently had some procedures, and I sort of ended up living at Nancy's house. Nancy takes everybody in. That includes me. Whoever needs something, they come sleep on her couch or eat out of her fridge or whatever. She's a one-person community sometimes. And also, her being a carpenter, she's the person I will ask first, what should I do about this? And do you want to do it? You know,
Yeah.
like a job.
And I don't very much anymore.
No. But she's the person I would go to first. So she's been my community big time, but she's also that for a lot of other people.
Do you guys have shared friends on the land?
Oh yeah, well we are. Yeah.
Yes. And she's also been the person. We had we had a wannabe community member who lived at her house a whole bunch, and who I sort of got to know. I got to know Miriam through you, really. And she ended up not being on our land. She has bought land and built across the creek. But she's still a good friend, and she's still apt to end up staying at Nancy's house.
After Diana's procedure, she had a heart procedure in February, and I was supposed to go out of town and go to Arizona to visit some friends, and we had this ice storm. And Chris and Miriam were going to take care of Diana at my house. They were going to do house sitting at my house and take care of Diana after she got out of her procedure. And anyway, it turns out we had an ice storm, and I mean, I couldn't even get to the airport, so I had to cancel my trip. And Diana got out to the land just before the bad part happened, and we were able to get her over to my house, and we had a great time for about a week or so.
Let's entertain the invalid.
Watching TV, and you know, she wasn't supposed to be dealing with firewood and all that sort of thing. So
that's right. I got home, and the first day it snowed, and I thought, oh wow, I can just slide firewood up. And my ex-partner and Nancy had a fit with me. You were what? You just got out of the hospital. You were doing what? So I moved into Nancy's house, and she made the fires, and I sat by it.
After we built her house together, basically, and it's an all-women house, except for her solar. Her solar was installed by a man. But otherwise, women did all the work on her house. And after that,
stages. It was like 3 years of stages.
we didn't build it all in one fell swoop. We'd take a break. For instance, as we got the second floor down, and we got the roof on. And as soon as the roof was on, and the walls, we had no walls. This was a post and beam building, so there were sections, you know, that were just not framed. But anyway, Diana moved into the house and started sleeping on the second floor, and then she had the gall to complain about sawdust in her bed.
Can you imagine trying to go to bed at night and the bed is full of sawdust?
Anyway, I said it's kind of hard living at a construction site.
And
but anyway,
Chief Carpenter didn't give a shit. He got no sympathy from her.
But ever after that, Diana has a way of working things out that's, you know, very different from the way I do it sometimes. But she always figures out how to do things, and every once in a while I would have trouble doing something, and I said, okay, I'm going to do a DR, you know.
Which often means turning something
just
sideways, upside down, or okay, if it doesn't fit that way, will it fit that way?
So she gave me a lot of ideas. But anyway, I tell people that Diana can do just about anything, and very often by herself. You know, she's been very capable, and even though she's 90 now, she's still, I mean, we had trouble keeping up with her just 10 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
You know? And so she's still a force in our lives. And, you know, so.
I'm trying to find that in here there is a wonderful picture of my house and me sitting in front of the stone wall that I have just seen, but I don't know. I got it from Deb, and I don't know where it is.
Well, look at Deb's.
I am.
You talking about email?
Yeah.
Was it on email?
Yeah, it's on email.
I don't have any pictures of your house on my.
You wouldn't
thing.
know.
I have a picture of pictures of the land on my. I had my house for sale.
Yeah.
And we actually have a woman who's made application for membership in May. She did, and she's possibly interested in my house too. So that's going to be a kind of thing. But I won't leave the land. I'll have to be there.
Mm.
And there's a little shell of a house that was put up that never got finished years ago, most likely scenario is I'll just close that in and maybe double its size.
I found it.
You found it? Oh, good. Well, show it to them.
I found it. It's a wonderful picture.
Let me see what you got.
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah, that's of her sitting in front of the stone wall.
Oh,
Which
that's-
I built.
She made,
I built
she
that
made
wall.
this wall.
Is this
Oh
is
my
this
gosh.
still what your house looks like?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
that's
this
one
is a
side.
50-something foot curved rock wall,
It's the
Eight-
back of the house.
8 foot tall. And, anyway, she did it practically by
We got it in
herself.
focus.
When I was on my last tree planting gig, and when I came back, we spent a day using this big 2-person saw,
Mm-hmm.
sawing the tops of those ties, railroad ties that she had put periodically,
Mhm.
and adding 4x4s across the top. And then I went on a vacation, and she
Finish the wall up.
finished the wall up to the wood.
Wonderful.
So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
a monumental task. It's a beautiful rock wall. It's a work of art. It
Awesome.
really is.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you guys have done a lot of work together there and been there a lot. And
She's-
you're inviting, you're still having women come into the community, which is beautiful as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have 16 active members, and we have a limit of 20.
Okay.
And so
Awesome. Can we get a time check? What time is it?
is there anything else that you wanted to?
No, that's, I just sort of wanted the two of us to talk
Oh, okay.
about what it was like being
Got
in the
about-
community.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 more minutes left.
Okay.
Just because we can do our lunch break.
And then if
I'm gonna drive back because I haven't seen my son in 3 days, so I'm gonna drive back after this interview, and they're gonna stay for the final 2,
Oh,
Speaking
cool.
of sons, how old is your son?
almost 2.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
and I have to
Sorry about that.
tell you something about those books.
Yeah.
You said something about taking pictures of some of the things.
Mhm.
She would like to communicate with you before you talk about pictures.
About which ones to
Okay,
show.
so
And
if you'd want to give her a call,
Mhm.
y'all got cell phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can call. Do you have her cell phone, her landline?
I can ask her on email because she's been.
Well,
emailing
it's
me.
just I can give it to you.
Okay, awesome. Because obviously we wouldn't show anybody's face for anonymity because I know there's a lot of
Uh huh.
pictures of different
Well,
women
yeah,
in there. Yeah.
she just wants to talk to you since I said something about. I said you said something about wanting to take pictures or
Mhm.
something. So
Right.
she wanted to talk to you.
Absolutely.
And she's
Yeah.
going, and I know from the messages she sent me a while ago, she's going swimming at 2 o'clock at the river,
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
yeah,
Just making
which
sure.
y'all can see the land and see the river where we go
Yes,
swim.
we're definitely gonna come back. This is just like preliminary.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and just gathering as much information as we can for the
Uh-huh.
first time and seeing what direction to go in. Because
Yeah.
there's so many different things we've talked about
Uh huh.
and so many different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to communicate.
Order lunch.
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
communicate to them really quick.
You probably don't want any Taco Bell, but do you want anything?
Well, we're gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Are we,
Someplace.
or should we just let them bring back something?
Well, we can contribute some money.
Oh no, not at all. No.
Do you know if they're at Taco Bell? I just want 2 regular tacos
Absolutely.
Okay,
we can do
I
those.
can add that for you.
with mild
like
sauce,
Crunchy tacos.
crunchy
Yeah.
tacos. 2 regular crunchy tacos. What do you like?
I'd like some crunchy tacos, but no meat.
Okay.
It's
So
gotta
like
be-
beans.
I
Yes,
keep trying to add my thing and it's not adding.
beans and veggies or something. But
I don't know how to. I don't even know how to use this.
Yeah.
So, because I keep just trying to.
Should I stop recording?
I think so. Is there anything else that y'all, and that's what I was gonna say too, so you didn't get to my questions, but is there anything else that you wanna add that you didn't get to say or that you want included in the documentary?
Oh, I had a thought. You had asked what's the most exciting moment or some. My house is sort of post and beam, and at some point, I mean, I look back on this and it was totally crazy to do, but we went up in the woods, cut down trees, peeled them, carried them down like with 10 women or 15 or something, carrying a tree and
So you
planted
want
them
4 tacos.
in a cemented hole in the ground
That's incredible.
to start the
After
house.
she rubbed oil on the bottom,
Oh my
or all,
gosh.
what was in the bin underground.
Wow.
And miraculously, none of these fell on anybody.
Yeah. Is
I
that
mean,
the
it was
Too
really,
regular and
it was
too-
really an act of ignorance and arrogance, but we pulled it off.
We're still
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah. That's incredible though. Like, have y'all ever felt really scared during any of the construction that you actually might really get hurt?
No, I never have felt really scared
You want
on,
to-
on construction.
Huh?
Although,
Do you want bean tacos? Okay. We have the black bean toasted cheddar. Is that good?
it
Yes,
sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna
And you
say
want
some
soup.
cheese would be good.
Yeah.
So, I built a 2-story house out in Madison, in Newton County. 2-story house with an 8-pitch roof, which is and I was tied on with a 100-foot extension cord, sawing off the edge of the house, straight line on the edge of the house, of the roof.
Incredible.
And I don't know who's on the other end of the thing, but if I'd fallen off, I probably would have jerked her off with me.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's
Y'all are
just
brave.
it's just
Y'all
that
are brave.
feeling of pull, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, well,
Well, probably good to cut unless there's anything else you guys really want to add.
yeah, because our next
Our next interview
is about 1:35, so we have about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna pay for this food and then
We gotta eat.
we're gonna eat.
Yeah,
and y'all
yeah.
eat.
That's a good thing. When
Yeah.
you get food,
Okay, I'm
You
That's
gotta
it.
eat. Okay, thank you. We're good.
All right.